Hello, welcome back. It's the Ian and Shane at Fringe show again, and we've just seen Sugar, which is a one-woman play by Mabel Thomas. Now, this wasn't on. It wasn't on either of our radars to watch actually, and Mabel, who is who's the actress and the writer of this piece, contacted me actually surprisingly through Instagram. And asked me if we wanted to review it.
And he has been utterly deceived by me, a master liar and manipulator, and someone who's recently Googled Corollas. 10 business days later, I get the key in the mail, take pictures of the test answers, and upload them to my calculator. Sidebar. Calculators have come a long way. There's a kid at my school named Jonah who can jailbreak your calculator so you can play Super Mario Bros. On it. We've come a long way as a society from typing 80085 on our calculators for entertainment. That's progress. And I think that's beautiful.
Do you want to just read actually, I hadn't noticed that bit.
Yeah. So I'll read that out as well.
Do, because
so
that's
I'm going to
quite
read
important.
out the blurb and then I will read a relevant part. So, one girl, 5 ages, many morally ambiguous choices, and too many references to Toyota cars for them not to be sponsoring the show. Yeah. Sugar is a funny, provocative and poignant study of the pleasures and pitfalls of female ambition. It will leave you thinking about what it means to win, what lines you would never cross, and what is the best sittable object on a playground. I think they mean sittable object on in a playground.
Yeah.
Hint, it's not a bench.
The bench is a reference to something that's mentioned in the play.
So it says for suitability 12 plus guidelines, but in addition to that, warnings and additional info contains distressing themes, scenes of a sexual nature, scenes of sexual violence, strong language and swearing. So 12 plus.
I think 12 plus is a bit low.
Is a bit low.
I would have said 14 plus, really, maybe even 16.
Well, depends if you, I would have said maybe 16. We've seen others that have been 16 plus. I think this is 16 plus.
Yeah, and I don't think she doesn't do any swearing in it. It's just that there's no effing and jeffing, as we would say.
No,
but it's the explicit content that she talks about.
Explicit sexual content. Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Well, I warm to it is not the right word. I became more engaged with it as it continued because it developed into quite a powerful piece of writing, especially for a woman, if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh God, definitely, darling.
This
definitely.
day and age.
Yeah.
It started off. It was quite flippant. I mean, it starts off when she's 8.
Yes.
So it starts off in school. So I think the ages we get are 8, 14. We got 14 twice actually.
Yeah,
we got 8 and a half.
8 and a half. That was it.
14 twice.
18.5.
Yeah. 14 twice.
Yeah.
16 and then 18.
18 and then sort of 18 and a half. She also did 8 and a half.
So,
but fundamentally it's 4 ages.
And she's quite independent even at the age of 8.
She's a very likeable character.
Yeah, I mean, well, likeable. Yeah,
you don't think?
That's it's not the word I would use. I mean, she's not dislikable. She knows what she wants. She's quite confident. I think it was maybe one of the references to when she was 14. I can't remember when exactly it happened. The only thing that I didn't like, and it was only a tiny reference, but I felt it was misplaced. She made a comment to Malala Yeah, she did. She said, she wasn't the only, or that she was a rival to Malala.
I'm not gonna let a boy win. I sit in the back seat as my mother drives me home from school thinking about what I've just done for the feminist movement. Scoot over, Malala. There's a new women's champion in town.
I don't think that, and this is a personal thing,
Okay.
I'm being very subjective here, but I don't think, Malala received a gunshot to her head as she stood up for her beliefs. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think that should. I don't think that should be used as a sort of joke. Yeah, she did.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, and that's the only thing in the whole thing that I felt
that went straight over.
Yeah,
my head.
I felt that shouldn't have been there for obvious reasons.
Right.
But like I said, it was a strong narrative. It developed into a stronger narrative. As she wanted to achieve her, as it said in the blurb, her ambition. Basically she wants to make money.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
And she comes up with this scheme, quite a dangerous scheme. I felt quite on edge, actually.
It gets really. We don't want to give the plot.
No, but it gets very threatening.
It gets very dark.
And
really.
I still feel a bit, because it's a situation that happens, and I suppose, and interesting is the wrong word because it's too light, but it's interesting to have her describe how she put herself in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And how she tries to justify it to herself the whole way through.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
And I still feel
and how
quite.
She blames herself.
Yeah, I still feel quite affected. I mean, we've only just finished watching it, and I still feel quite affected by it.
Well, literally, when it finished, and I just had to sit there for a few minutes, and I mean, we both did really. I think, just.
I mean, I think when you said, shall we do the review now, and I hesitated, and it was partly because I did feel quite affected by it.
Yeah.
But equally, maybe you could argue that while it's quite raw still, that's a good time to talk about it. That is probably
the best time to talk about it, because if we left it till later on,
it loses some of that.
It just loses. I mean, this is a piece with quite a big impact, really. I mean, and it's interesting you saying.
I'm surprised that having found it quite sort of lightweight and that was sort of quite witty. I mean, there was
for 2/3 of it. It was quite lightweight, and it was mildly amusing, and I laughed.
You laughed sort of out loud a couple of times. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I smiled.
Yeah.
And
then it sort of does take this darker turn.
It becomes very dark.
It reminded me of. Do you remember the film Goodbye, Mr. Godber?
Yes.
With Diane
Keaton.
And it just. It just reminded me when things started to turn dark. And it's years ago that I saw that, so obviously it still has an effect on me. And it just reminded me a little bit.
No, it didn't remind me of anything.
Right.
It was.
I thought it was a brilliant piece of work, really. I mean,
it was very, very powerful.
Very powerful.
It's
very well written, really.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And very well observed.
Yeah.
And certainly it has left an impact on us, And so I think it's an important piece of theatre that people should see.
It's a strong piece of theatre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it. Given the choice, I would have preferred to see it with an audience, but seeing it on demand, I don't think is there's less. We had a couple of issues with some of the sound. Now I don't know whether that was the laptop or whether our speakers or something.
There was just
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad sound. It's just there was a couple of things that, as you mentioned.
it sounded a little bit windy at first.
Yeah, no, like I say, I need to double check. I will listen to it on headphones on the laptop to see if it's actually on the recording or whether it was our hi-fi system. We have in the past had issues with streaming things off the laptop.
But this
remember?
was specific.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I
to
agree.
sort of because and I can't.
I'll check on that and I'll put a comment down below.
Because it was in it was inside.
It wasn't distracting. Massively
No,
distracting.
no. I mean, it
didn't spoil the performance or anything.
it doesn't detract at all. It was just something I was conscious
Yeah,
of.
no.
And then
you noticed it more than me, actually.
And the volume dipped a couple of times,
Yeah.
but again, not to such an extent that you couldn't hear. It was just that I was conscious of it dipped, but that doesn't take away anything from the performance.
So, anything else before we give the stars?
No, I don't know.
I think it's an important piece of work that needs to be seen. I really do.
Okay.
You know, it's we can't stress that it gets dark, but it is quite witty for 2/3 of it. I think it's 4 stars.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mabel. I would have missed, and I will send you a link with.
Yeah, we wouldn't have seen it.
We wouldn't have. We wouldn't have
seen
we
it.
wouldn't have, and I'm glad we have really, because because it's a powerful piece of work that you've created here.
It is.
You know, so
It
well
is.
well done, Mabel. I know she'll see it because she's emailed me, and I'm going to send her.
Yeah.
I'll send her the link. So, but so you can see it on demand at the Space until probably the end of the month, I think. Really, I'll just check. We are seeing some shows which are limited, and I have to say, I have to ask the question: why would you limit the show to 3 dates unless it's
Well, some of them are just at one showing.
yeah.
But it's online.
Which I mean,
Doesn't
I
make-
understand that if it's a performance that is live online.
But they're not.
But they're not. They're recordings. So I mean, I think some people are missing a thing there really.
I mean, not this.
Not this, because this I'm pretty sure this
Yeah.
is on right until the end of the Fringe. And actually, just looking at the price of the tickets, it's really cheap. Full price, it's £3.
Gosh.
So, and then concessions are £2.
Gosh.
So, you know, it's a no-brainer really.
Yeah.
For a 50-minute piece of brilliant theatre, you know, it's. I mean, I'm guessing that's because Mabel wants people to see it. You know, so.
That's the right way to go.
Yeah, it is the right way to go. Yeah, it doesn't have anything about.
Is it just?
That's just to add to basket.
Oh right.
It doesn't say anything about when it expires, so we'll assume it's the end of the month. We've seen that before, and it doesn't actually say. It just says watch on demand. Yeah. So fantastic 4-star performance. Okay. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for another. What would you call it? Another.
Well, us talking about
something that we've seen. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks very much. It's been a long day. Cheers.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think I might just do that ending again.
Oh.
Do you think? Or did you
No,
go
I thought
right?
that was quite funny.
Are you right? Really?
Yeah, I thought that was quite
All
funny.
right. then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, that's fine then, darling.
And you redid the other bit, which was, you got
Yeah,
bit
cut it
tiny.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mabel. There she is.
Mm.